So instead of trying to import everything at once, we're going to split this into some pieces. We're going to bring in a fill extrusion actually first, and we're going to only bring in the polygons. So the line string you can see just disappeared once I did that. So now we can just bring in this one set of polygons. So we can just bring that in, and we've already changed it, so now it's just filtering it differently. Now what we are going to do is set the value of the height of these, and again, in order to see the 3D effect, because this is a 3D, right click your mouse and drag, and you'll get that pitch and rotation effect. So then we're going to see something happen. So the height, we're going to set it by data, and we're going to select the size data, and we're going to say, okay, first of all, is it numeric or a string? So for instance, we could have some kind of string data that we give, if it says high, then we give it 100 meters, and if it says low, we give it 5 meters. Or we can do it numerically, which is what I'm doing. So the highest one we have is 10, and the lowest one we have is 2 or something like that. So I'm just going to make every 1 point equal, 10 meters, and we'll see kind of what happens there. Maybe let's add it, make it a little higher so we can start to see it. So you can see sometimes from this high zoom level it's not super obvious at first. Then the black color doesn't help, so why don't we change the color a little bit, make it a little lighter. Alright, there we go, now we can see a little bit. Okay, it's still a little, not super clear, but we can at least see a little shadow on there. And we can see the heights are different. So with this, you can imagine doing a lot of different fun things, and you can also set this dynamically once we're in Mapbox GL JS, and you can make them go up and down, which is super exciting and fun. So yeah, that's 3D extrusion, and of course you can still add opacities to this, and you can add patterns like you saw us do with the texture. Let's add a little texture to this one. Where's our texture one? There it is. That's kind of weird. That is very weird, and we lost the color doing it. So maybe I don't like that so much. Nah, I don't want this. So let's get rid of this silly thing and make it come back to color. There we are. Yeah, that's fine. Who cares? Okay, so we have these like 3D things, and let's get the other stuff on the map too. So then we can actually go in, and we have to add layer again, and we go to add layer and course, and then this time let's get symbols in there, and we will just take our points this time. So it should drop everything except for these few things. These shouldn't actually show up, I think, when we're actually in there. So let's add this layer. And we'll see once we add some text, we're going to add category. Alright, mountain shape looks good. Looks like we got the 3 in that we wanted. And let's add maybe a little icon, some kind of icon. What should we add? Just a circle? That's kind of boring. Whatever, I guess it's all a little boring. And then we're just like, okay, it's okay. Maybe we add this little circle, and then it's sitting right on the spot where our text is, so let's adjust the text. We can say spacing, transform, position there, that's what we want. We want the text offset to be a certain thing, so we're going to offset it by about 5. Oh, no, way too much. 1. There we go. It's just under each of them. Pretty nice. Maybe this one needs a little bit of a background, so we give it a little bit of a halo width, since you can't really see it too well. Okay, we make the color here a white. And there we go. We can read everything a little easier, kind of on top. Alright, we added that. Now I kind of want to just add the island shapes as their own. So now what I can do, let's say I want to add just the island shapes, and they're going to be, circles, whatever. It doesn't really matter. This is just for the sake of demonstration. I'm going to allow all the polygon types, so this time I'm going to add a filter, and I'm going to say category is any of, and you click on empty, and it gives you the options that you have available in your GeoJSON. So in this case, it'll be, I want to show all the island shapes. Okay, so now it's showing them all, and they're all going to be circles, and it's going to be a little bit funky here, but we're going to create this layer anyway. And it's just for the sake of demonstration, but it Actually looks kind of cool with them all around the bottom of that. But you can see that you can filter it not only by the geometry type, but also by the filtered data. So that might be useful for adding labels at the end of your work when you don't care about what type of data it is, you just want to show some information about it. From now on, we're actually going to start heading right into Mapbox GL JS, which is going to be the actual coding part of this course.